Hi guys, thanks for rejoining me once again. We're back and I've got quite a bit to report on. It's been quite a while since our inaugural couple of videos of this layout, so thanks everyone who's had a watch so far, and thanks again for all the support through Facebook. The page has grown so much even since the last video, so really pleased about that. Yeah, you'll notice it doesn't look too much has changed really. I'll point out the various things over the next few shots. So I thought there was little point in actually doing a video till there was something worth showing. So that's part of the reason I've waited a while. So I've been to the Model Rail Scotland exhibition. That seems like a lifetime ago now. That was back in February. We're now at the end of May. Didn't really get much there, but there wasn't much really to get. I didn't want to spend too much money on locomotives when, the layout's still far from finished. You will notice the main difference, not so much from this angle. This is my favourite angle of the layout from the distance up the back, but just keep an eye on the little embankment to the right and I'll show you the changes that have been happening there. I would say this YouTube channel, or not so much the channel, but more the railway videos of this layout are very much in the infancy still. I'm still experimenting with a few things, including still different, camera techniques. So it will get better hopefully. I've changed the locals around on the layout a bit more. You'll see on the right there we've got a bit of coaching stock, which adds a bit more variety. And this is the view basically from just underneath the road bridge. And here's just another little angle for you. You'll see we've got the 40 out here on the left. This is an old model from I think the late 80s, early 90s, D200 4122. And let's zoom out a bit. So the embankment up the back here, I've now fixed the fence into place, glued it in. I had given it a paint, I don't know if I covered that. It's been so long since the last video, I can't hardly even remember what I covered in it, but the fence is actually glued in place. I think it looks relatively straight. And you'll notice there's actually quite a few bushes and shrubs here. I've added a bit more vegetation to make the embankment a bit more realistic. And there's some that are hidden with the coaches. I'll get to that later because there's a couple of other points I want to cover first. But I'd like to think now it looks a lot more realistic. It was more like the rough in a golf course before. Now it looks more like a real actual grass embankment in a rail. I'm not actually finished with the vegetation. You'll see there's a corner that's not really been started here. I'll put that in the back burner for now. But yeah, I'll come back to this because there's a few other important things I want to cover. Like I said, I've been so busy recently, so much stuff's come up the last few months, and we're practically into the summer now, but I still suspect I should be doing a fair amount of work in the layout in the coming months, so hopefully the videos might become a bit more frequent. So for one thing, you will notice certain parts of the layout look very much unfinished. I'm not going to deny that. I do have it the way it is, partly because I like to have a running session every now and then, so you have different options. You could basically just never run the railway and just really crack on with getting all the scenic work till it's absolutely inch perfect and then start running the trains proper. But I've liked to do a bit of running in between to stop me getting too bored, and I have such a short attention span. I spend a while doing the scenic work, I get bored with that, I want to run it a while. I even get bored with the running after a while, so either I'm doing scenic work or I'm running it, or I'm having to spend time, making a video like this, which can be a bit time consuming. And the other thing I've been doing is I've been weathering a couple of items of rolling stock, so there's like 4 things to juggle between, because you want to keep it interesting. Here's a wee example of the sort of things that are unfinished. There's still a gap there. See this background, the very rearmost of the background is not properly filled into place. You'll see these photo backgrounds haven't been sealed in. This front of the old steam shed's not fixed into place. This isn't fixed into place. There's so much still to be done. I still think it looks decent so far. I'm quite pleased with the background. A couple of wee gaps to fill in there. But hopefully you'll notice the lights a bit better in this video. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is there's more daylight coming in, we're getting in towards the summer. The other is I've actually, sorry, I'll just move this thing out of the way. I've actually installed some new lights. Now, I'm not even an amateur with electronics. I know really little about it, so there's been no kind of permanent sort of lighting canopy put in over the layout. I would need something like that probably to have an exhibit. So it was just the bedroom light, and what I was finding was, especially when it was getting darker earlier, was when there wasn't adequate daylight, the layout just wasn't in good light at all, except for in the middle of the day. So I've had to see what I could do in terms of artificial lighting. I've learnt a bit about light bulbs. I never really knew before a halogen light bulb doesn't seem to be particularly good for model railways. I was looking at what I can do with LEDs, but I knew nothing about it, and I went to a couple of shops, and I'll show you what I got. So I just shot this part of the video. I've had to redo it because I caught myself in the mirror. Just to get my ugly mug out of the way, I've moved over. I can't emphasise enough just how important lighting is to a model railway layout. It's something I was just oblivious to before, but a normal overhead light, you'll usually find that it's too kind of yellowy. If you look at the first couple of videos I did compared to this, we've got a nice kind of white light. It gives us more of a daylight feel. And on the left here, so it's like some kind of reading lamp I originally got about 15 years ago out of Argos. I changed the bulb in it. It was given a kind of yellowy tinge, and sorry, I'm just moving something there. It wasn't really adequate. What I've done is I've got a new bulb for that, an LED, and I'll just show you that just now. I got two actually off eBay, dead cheap. Two of these bulbs, LED, I think they're H6s or something. And the thing you got to look at is what they call the kelvins. That's like the layer of, that's the level of, it kind of determines the colour of the light, and this is 6,000, and that's why it's got a nice kind of white light. So I was able to reuse this lamp, which is a really good lamp, but I got this LED bulb and it's made such a big difference. Actually, before I got that, I meant to mention this first. If you look at the wall here, we've got three of these little lamps. These I got out of Asda, and they're things you can move and remove. They're just stuck on to the wall, and they work by remote control. Take a look at this. This is the remote control. Turn them off. That's them off. Turn them back on. You do get a slight level of dimness. If I press this button here, it dims them a bit. There's even got a timer. You can leave them on for 30 minutes and then they go off. So having this main light here, which I've had for a while, and these little ones, it's made a huge difference. And like I said, we're now into the summer, getting a lot more daylight as well. The layout really looks at its best about the early afternoon or well before the sun turns round, probably late morning. So this has made a big difference. So that, for me, that's been the greatest difference in the last few weeks to the layout. Yeah, so the little lights I was talking about, they suggest in the instructions you can put them in your garden, you can put them in your kitchen, wherever. Real bargain, considering how they've helped transform the layout. In 1997 they were just down to £15. I just saw them on the shelf. I had a look at them, and yeah, I'm pleased to say they've worked quite well. So they're battery powered, and of course your local bargain store, you can get a massive pack of cheap batteries. I got these ones for I think £2.99 or something. I think it was Home Bargains or B&M maybe. Here you can see the fiddle yard again. It's looking pretty cluttered, and again you'll be able to see how small it is, how compact a layout. Especially the fiddle yard, but yeah, it's getting a bit cluttered. I've got so many things on my to-do list. One is to add buffer stops at the end here. You can see obvious reasons why, the hardwood floor below. I don't want trains going off the edge. I meant to do it months ago, I've just not got round to it. So, need that to protect the stock ASAP. So these, you'll see again, these half finished. These are part of the scenic section of the layout, and I will eventually, like I said, put a background along here, but that's way down my to-do list. So I'm kind of using these as storage sidings for now. I'm not really using them from an operational point of view. And this part of the background, this is still loose. This back bit here. Turn this round. I've not even fixed it into place, so I'll do that in due course. So up to the back of the layout now, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the embankment. Here's a good view of it. So originally this was it was a notch scatter mat put down, kind of long grass. I think it looked quite good as it was, but you'll see I've added a bit of kind of rough shrubbery to it. I think it looks more like a proper embankment, more like the sort of untidy scene you really get beside the railway line. And there's still a few imperfections I have to fill in. A lot of people go for these days, obviously, the actual static grass where it's applied electrically, and it's kind of expensive. I decided not to go for that, so I've just gone with the mats. And you'll see there's still a little kind of gap underneath the fence. I will fill that in due time, it's not a huge priority. So I used a combination of Woodland Scenic's fine leaf foliage and I had a couple of packs of things kicking around in a box for years that I never really made use of. I'll just try and show you them. I look inside my scatter box, scenic accessories box, whatever. Some of this stuff most of it's actually been used in my old layout and has been kicking about for years. I made a lot of use of this, got this recently, conifer green foliage. Now I use that for gorse bushes. It's this material that it's really nice stuff. You just twist it into shape. It's really easy to use. You can fix it down with PVA glue, or I think I used hairspray for the most part. Some other stuff, a little bit of this, that's actual static grass, but I just applied it with my fingers, Javis. This stuff, don't know where I got this was from years ago, still got tons of it left. I applied just a few kind of subtle effects I'll show you in the embankment, including, I've not even opened this, but a previous pack of the same thing. I applied 1 or 2 tiny wee grains of this, again for subtle effects to create sort of bits of mud and just general sort of air. A couple of other things in here, but oh, and yeah, so I used a combination of the conifer green foliage and the dark green. The dark green one is dark, so that was good for a few little bushes, but this one's even darker. So this is like the colour of, that's like what you see on, if you look at Scots pine trees, for example. That's even darker. I needed that for the gorse bushes. The gorse bushes close up, they aren't all completely finished. You'll see I've added a couple of wee bits of yellow paint. It's looking a bit greeny under that light actually. See it a bit better there. So what I did with this, I used the conifer green foliage, twisted it into shape, into a few kind of sort of round ball shapes, and just looked at a couple of photos I took of real gorse bushes. Now gorses flower at different times of the year. I didn't want them looking too yellow where they look like right now in the early summer with loads of yellow. I didn't like that so much, but I'm trying to make this a sort of multi-season layout, and I thought I'll capture the way they are in sort of late winter, so I like them with a wee bit of yellow. These ones I'm going to add a few wee kind of yellow flowers to the bits at the bottom. I've simply not got round to them because I ran out of yellow paint basically. See, I've added some bits of long grass. These are bits off the scatter mat, which were spares that I cut off into small shreds. And I've put down at the bottom, and also bits of long grass here. I've got this long grass material, it's coming quite handy. You see wee bits of brown, so I've just added a few little subtle effects. I'm quite pleased with the end result. It's not the end result. Might be doing a wee bit more. I've added also, while I was there, a couple of the wee excess bits from the scatter mat, just around the bottom of the bridge here, for example. See how far that zooms in. Now, stay tuned for my next video, which is all about the recent local improvements and the new storage technique I have for locals. And in that one, you'll see quite a few more shots of locals running in the layout. So if you stay tuned for the next part. Thanks, guys. Bye.